Hey everyone, this is Mark. We are here live for another Facebook broadcast here with Nick Good of the Good Homes team. And just wanted to, first of all, Nick, how are you doing? Thanks for being here.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So today, what we wanted to talk about was, buying a new home through directly through a builder and how it, might be the same as a more traditional real estate purchase, and maybe some things that might be a little bit different that buyers need to know about. So, we talked about a few different aspects of it, and you shared a story off air, that might be instructive for the viewer. So, why don't you kind of dive into that, and what do people need to know about buying through a new a builder themselves?
Absolutely. So it's a little bit different than buying a pre-owned home, right? So and typically what we find is a lot of our buyers that like to lean more towards looking at a brand new build. It's because everything's brand new. It's never been lived in, so they don't have to worry about some of the pitfalls of is the previous homeowner covering something up or didn't disclose anything repair wise. And really the first questions that we get asked or that when we talk to people, especially when they're selling a home that they bought through a builder, is do I really need to use a real estate agent to buy that brand new home? And the answer is absolutely 100% yes, right? If you think about it, the sales rep, the on-site sales rep for that builder is working for the owner or management of that builder company. So their goal is to protect the bottom line for that builder and to not necessarily throw incentives or to drop the price or to give everything in the kitchen, the kitchen sink away. So their whole goal is to make you feel comfortable, make you feel like warm and fuzzy to go ahead and move forward with this house, but at the same time, not offer up everything as so they can protect the bottom line of the builder. Right. So that's really the first step in trying to determine, Art, if you're going to go and buy a brand new home, hiring that right real estate agent that has the expertise and knowledge of working with new home construction. Really the second thing, Mark, and we were talking about this off air, is the incentives, right? So are list prices negotiable? Should you buy a home and build it from the ground up, or do you want to buy a spec home? And a spec home, for those that don't know, is the builder has already built that home. They put upgrades or not upgrades in the house, and what you see is basically what you get. Maybe you can change paint color after it's already built, but you're pretty much taking that property as is. So when it comes to buying a brand new home, depending on your financing and monthly payments that you're need to find. Typically what we like to see when it comes to negotiating with a builder is buying a spec home, because we can be a little bit more aggressive with our offers because that builder wants to move that property, right? They've already spent their money building that home. They have holding cost on it. So, rather than a lot that they're waiting to develop, they haven't spent that much money on it. You can get a lot better incentives when it comes to buying a spec home versus building from the ground up.
Right. And we've talked about in previous interviews that we're seeing buying demand slow down a little bit. And how do you view that impacting specifically new construction versus the pre-owned home? We've talked about, the impact of those numbers. Where do you see that impacting this market specifically?
Well, one thing that we're starting to see is that the builders, sales reps starting to reach out to us agents more, right? Wanting to work with us again. And before, when it was a more of a seller's market, they weren't really wanting to reach out to us really to work with us. And so they're offering real estate agents more incentives to bring their buyers here into their houses. And two, they're offering lots of financing incentives. So one builder in particular, I was taking out a client this weekend, and they're offering, if you use their title and mortgage company, which have competitive rates and competitive prices, they will give up to $6,250 in closing costs. So there's those incentives right off the bat that can save people money, as well as if you contract on a home within a certain amount of time frame, they have what's called their move-in package, where they'll give that buyer a fridge, free blinds, as well as a washer dryer if they contract and move in on a certain date. So we're starting to see more incentives for buyers and for real estate agents to bring clients by. And as the inventory levels build up, we definitely will start seeing more incentives to try to attract buyers into their communities.
Okay, and one aspect of some of these new construction homes is one aspect I find interesting is the emotional impact of it, because a lot of, if you're buying a pre-owned home, these people have been living in their houses for years. There's a lot of memories and just a lot that goes into that. With these new construction homes, it's not always the case. Do you see that impacting the negotiation or just the way that the transaction goes about?
Not really. I mean, it's there's no emotion in it for the sales reps. It's not their house, not their money, right? So it's all about getting the deal done and working within the threshold that the builder's management has allowed. And look, the builders are working on probably a small base with a little bit of commission, per deal. So they want to get, they want to push deals through. So it's less about the emotion side and more about, is this buyer solid? Do they have a home to sell, right? So there's always a caveat to that. Like, if the client needs to sell a home, will that builder allow a contingency? And a contingency means they're allowing us to sell the home, and if we don't, then we can get out of the contract of purchasing that home. And so, no, there's really less emotion to it, and more about making the numbers work, right? So there's pros and cons to that.
Okay, good to know. So, yeah, do you see any other pros when it comes to specifically hiring a realtor when working with some of these new homes?
Well, just like I'd mentioned, it's not all realtors, and just like not all builders are equal kind of on equal footing. So getting that agent that understands the community, that understands the type of builders that are out there, because not all builders are equal too. They have minimum standards to build per the county and city guidelines. But some builders offer more energy efficient homes than others. Some offer more standard upgrades rather than having an a la carte package that could drive the price up. So again, it's hiring that best expert, which we do sell a lot of new construction homes, and we do research that market. So if you are thinking about buying a new construction, reach out to us, and what we'll do is connect you to our agents that are most experienced in working with builders and what to look for, and to give you a heads up of saying, hey, this might not be the best builder to work with. Let's go look at this one, and we can find you a better deal. So it's really all about the agent that you're going to hire. And also always get everything in writing. If the sales rep tells you something, get everything in writing. That's just a quick tip, because we've seen a lot of times where it's gone a little screwy because we get into a he said, she said type deal where the sales rep, just randomly threw something out, an offer or incentive, and it wasn't in writing, and the builder did not honor it. So that would be my advice when it comes to buying a new construction.
Okay, great. A lot of good information there. So if somebody is looking for a little bit more specific direction on, they're looking into some of these new homes or want to know if the timing is right for them, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
And again, if you're watching this on Facebook Live or on Facebook, you can comment down below or send us a message. You can always reach out to us by telephone at 972-215-SOLD. That's 7653. Or you can go to our website, thegoodhometeam.com. You can sign up to start looking at houses for sale, and then you can contact us that way as well.
All right, that sounds good. Well, thanks again for joining us, everyone. It's Nick Good again with the Good Home Team. We will be back next time with another good topic. And until next time, we will see you later.
Take care.